when we go on when we're in arenas, that's when I have to wear a headset with a directional mic so that it doesn't pick as much up of the crowd audio, and then as well makes it easier for me to hear myself so I'm not screaming. Because otherwise, if you can't hear yourself, you'll just start yelling to
I
compete with.
am extremely jealous.
Yeah, I mean, I got the good hookups. I got the good setup for sure.
Yeah, you definitely do. Well, anyway, I was just saying how I use these little clip earphones, and everyone's always like, man, you need new earphones. Like, you have 1,500 subs on Twitch. How about you invest in an actual headset? But I just hate it. When I casted, I've only done one LAN event, and that was in Germany, and I just hated it. Everything about it. I couldn't hear the person next to me. I think that possibly it could be set up so you can hear your co-caster. But
right.
Anyway, I was not a fan to make it simple.
Yeah, I mean, I have run into some interesting audio situations at LAN events in the past. I mean, now we have it kind of down to a science.
Yeah, you know what you like, you know what works.
But it always presents its own interesting challenges when you go to LAN events, just because they had to, even though it's a lot of time it's the same tech, they had to move the tech to a new space. And it's amazing how many new bugs occur just by virtue of that.
I understand. I spent the first 4 hours of my stream today just after changing overlays, struggling with dropped frames and like so many technical bugs. I can only imagine for big production, with the new equipment and whatnot.
Also, Fallfell brings up a really good point. The headset ruins the hair, so I'm always happy.
Dude, I'm totally with you there. Yeah, I hated that. Seriously, I'm all about the hair. All right, so we are in game number. I can't count.
5?
Can't count. This should be game. Did I changed the score? I'm sorry. My excuse is that this is a 24-hour stream.
There you go.
I changed it to 2-2, and then I thought, oh, I didn't update the score, and then I added an extra point for Tatoh. It's 2-2. Anyway, we have Sand Maze for this map, as voted by the viewers, and it's a really cool map. MBL is in the yellow, playing as the Magyars, and Tatoh is in the blue, playing as the Mongols. I wonder if we'll see another early uptime from Tatoh, because that's been the theme.
Yeah, both players pushing deer this time.
Yep.
But Mongols obviously get that little hunting bonus, so.
Yeah, and if both players do end up for going scouts, the scouts are going to have extra attack starting in feudal age. So that might be something that MBL can use to bring back the advantage, because Mongols normally advance faster. But I think we need to talk about what's in the center. Almost every single time I've seen this map, players have docked. And they have delayed their feudal time because they know the importance of the deep fish. Now, there's only 2 deep fish here, but the ships can also go on this little sand area. So it's...
Oh, they can. Okay.
Yeah, yep. So when you dock this, you can send galleys through here and fires. At least I've seen a couple versions of this. I believe that's the case. There's kind of a double whammy loss if you lose the fish and you can't control the land because of the water.
Right.
But normally there's more deep fish than that. So
he might be disappointed to find that there's only the 2.
Yep. But still, 2 deep fish is 225 times 2. So that's going to go a long way. And I think that when you normally dock, it delays your feudal time. In Tato's case, his faster hunt might make the uptime even anyway. So we'll see.
Right, and then he'll have a slightly stronger eco in feudal.
Yep.
In terms of food. The maps are interesting because both are fairly open.
Yes.
This is going to be a much tougher map to wall in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and you can see as both players will need to build houses, they are going for their houses. MBL clicks feudal, and he's going to dock in feudal age, so maybe just to go for some fire galleys to kill the fish. That's pretty cool, because Tatoh scouted this area earlier. He said, okay, my opponent hasn't gone for a dock. And now MBL shows up to dock. So, yeah, this is potentially good for MBL. He could win this right back, and the uptimes are not that different for him.
Yeah, not at all. So then the question is, I mean, he's going to need to transition onto gold, right, in order to...
Mm-hmm. Well... You can make 1 fire galley. I forget the gold cost, but at least 1 fire galley, maybe 2 with the 50 gold you have.
Gotcha.
So The thing is, currently, and I'm not a huge fan of it, I think fire galleys are a bit too strong. Like one fire galley will kill all 3 of these fishing ships if Tatoh doesn't make his own fire galley. Like, he would need to have his own there, and even then, at least 1 or 2 fishing ships die. So it's a good move either way.
All right, well, Feudal is hit for Tatoh. He obviously doesn't know about that other dock, so he isn't immediately building a defensive.
Interesting. MBL will probably Well, he's going to build his stable first, and then when he gets the wood, he will add the fire galley, I imagine. So pretty standard stuff with them both going scouts. You see that a lot with these civs.
Right.
Just the water aspect is yet to really do anything for MBL. There we go. Oh, a demo.
Demo.
Interesting. I wonder if that's intentional because he knows the fishing ships will be clumped up. Tatoh scouts that now, Dash, and
yeah, that's a peculiar choice. Just because he could micro to only lose one fishing ship, but
we'll see. Tatoh just now showing up. Actually, doesn't have very good scouting of MBL's base at all. He ran into the town center because he didn't know it was there. But he's just fine. He only lost 3 HP. And MBL now going to gold. Interesting. So you might want to add more on water after this demo. Or he expected fires from Tatoh. Maybe he expected Tatoh to make 2 fires, and he thought the demo would be a good move because of that. That could be it.
That's a good point. Oh, here's the demo.
Oh,
he got Oh,
God! That's amazing! That's amazing! So worth it! Oh, did he really just do that?
That was so good.
Yeah, thank God you said something, because I would have missed it otherwise. We just caught the tail end of that. That was a sick play from MBL.
That was so good. I love it. I also love, too, that the demo doesn't count as a death, so the KD is 3-0.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the stats, guys. All right, well, that forward spear from Tatoh is getting cleaned up by MBL's spear.
All right, he's got the +1 attack on MBL's spear.
Yeah, and
all right, he's got some. He picked a Vil at the gold.
Yeah, and MBL. Both players moved forward with their scouts. MBL now trying to get his own Vil pick, but he's gonna have to settle with the spear. And ooh, trying to micro this, and he does because the extra attack.
Yeah, keeps all 3 alive.
Yeah, Tatoh has a very dangerous number of scouts, though.
Yeah, I just picked another.
Yeah, another spear
on this
off.
wood line.
And, oh, man, the micro from Tatoh just to distract. So good.
Yeah, pulls that spear away with the 1 scout. Maybe MBL gets a hit in here with the... Nope, not even.
Yep. Both players just missing with their spears. What's going on in the middle? Okay, now MBL adding fishing ships. And there's only 1 deep fish, something that he has seen, but he's still adding fishing ships. I just question whether or not the timing is right on that choice.
Yeah, I mean, it's... I guess it'll give him a small... If he's got the spare wood, right? You know, it's going to slightly increase his food eco, but... for the remaining 200 food, but... All right, Tatoh now on gold. Wheelbarrow about to complete for MBL.
Okay, so things have slowed down big time.
Yep.
Spear defense, no one creating scouts. They know that if they do so, it'll just slow down their castle time. Tatoh, he has enough where he could do some damage with some micro, but this will probably be a race to Castle Age now, and maybe some small skirmishes on the water.
I think the big advantage for Tatoh right now is that he has kept MBL off of gold.
Yeah. And he's killed another villager.
Yep. Oh, wow. Actually, he's now a 5 Vil lead. 6 Vil lead.
Yeah, I think that's because MBL researched Wheelbarrow already.
Oh,
it takes about the time... when you research Wheelbarrow, it takes about the time it would create to... take to create 4 villagers. So it's like still a Vil lead, but...
Yeah, not nearly as
strong.
Yeah, Wheelbarrow for him now.
I think so, anyway. But you're right. He kept him off of gold. Gold is going to be something you'll need to transition to Castle Age. And yeah, see the fishing ships for MBL now dead. And Tatoh adding 1 fire galley.
Yeah, I mean, Tatoh has 165 gold to MBL's 3.
Yeah.
Tatoh also has better food in the bank, better wood in the bank. So he will most definitely hit castle first. The
And
blacksmith going up. That's his second building.
MBL created a few more scouts there. It was sneaky, but he created 3 more scouts, which gives him a total of 5, just like Tatoh. Will Tatoh take any losses here? I don't think so, as his spear's in a good position.
Yep. In the meantime, still trying to harass on the other side with his 5 scouts, but good spear placement means that he's just kind of running around wasting time. In the middle, both of them had fire ships that killed each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had a 1v1 firefight, and they both died.
Demos are more exciting. Boo.
Yeah, for sure. But I just wonder if either player is going to continue to try and control this water or not, because it feels worthless with 50 food left on the deep fish. And
I feel like in Castle Age, if they transition to crossbows, for example, in Feudal Age, we could see a few demos and stuff, but we probably won't see a huge commitment there by either player. I just wondered, MBL now at 150 food, he created extra scouts, at like a lot more scouts. He's at maybe 7, 8 scouts, and yeah, Tato's clicked up. I just wonder if MBL will be able to do anything.
yeah, I'm not sure what all he can. I mean, because look, the walls are actually coming up for Tatoh. So the only thing that MBL can really threaten is that gold, but he's got the 2 spears patrolling, 3 now.
Yeah,
over
MBL.
there.
He has to know, with the score difference and the fact that Tatoh has not sent anything new his way, he has to know, I've created these scouts, my castle time is going to be much slower, so he's just going to invest in a ton of upgrades, and this could be 0 a hero for him. It has to be good.
Yeah, and like, not only has he created so many scouts, he's got 8 spears at home.
Yep, and this is going to be good for him, Dash. I mean, well, let's see.
He just killed 2 scouts.
Yeah, there were a few weak ones in there. With the extra attack, plenty of scouts left, and Tatoh trying to transition into archers. He only has 2 of them. He's forced to house wall this. That is a 120 wood investment just to save his villagers, and he'll lose another spear, but still I think Tatoh will be happy with this.
Oh, now MBL's cornered. And look at all these spears coming in for Tatoh.
Yeah, and now these scouts are going to do very little. It would be funny if MBL's complaining like, oh, why did he make so many spears when he so often makes
so many of his
15
own,
himself.
There's the Castle Age hit, so what does he do immediately? He's going for husbandry.
Yeah, husbandry. I think he's going to go for cav archers. That's why he stopped making archers.
Gotcha. Yep, there they are.
So, I mean, in this position, scouts, feudal age scouts with this attack, they can actually do pretty well versus the cav archers if the cav archers don't have husbandry. So I think that's it. And MBL, I think more importantly, we need to point out, it created a second stable, and he's making more feudal age scouts. He knows he's behind. He can't just wait for castle age now. He has to create something, and it's scouts.
What a position to be in, though. I mean,
it's tough.
I mean, you're so far away from upping yourself. Do you have to commit to winning in feudal now?
If he had an archer transition, like this is all very late. I think he could, if he did this earlier. Remember that period where they both weren't creating any military?
Yeah.
Maybe then it was possible because Tatoh wouldn't be in castle, and Tatoh just needs a camel or 2 now. It's tough.
Right. He's got 1 camel out, and he's getting a TC up on that gold. So basically, MBL's lost pressure points. Like he's lost options to pressure.
And that's not good. When you create that many military units in feudal, and you invest in that many upgrades, and you're in this position, it's bad news. Bad news.
Picked 1 vill, but that's just not going to be enough.
But he's on his way up. We'll see if he can hold versus the forward push from Tatoh. It's only going to get worse and worse for MBL. 3 cav archers and 1 camel for Tatoh at the moment. And, MBL building a ton of towers.
Yeah, he knows that he's got to keep himself safe at home without building military units because he didn't have the resources to do that.
Yeah.
Since he clicked up.
I think he'll survive for sure to Castle Age. The problem will be Tato's going to have military and economy momentum.
Yeah, it's usually you're okay sacrificing one if you gain the advantage in the other, but MBL doesn't have an advantage anywhere right now.
Exactly. And few idle farms for MBL, which is not good when he only has 95 food. Saying that, he's creating more scouts. I think he'll go into something sneaky like light cav and just try something different.
Yep.
But with camels and cav archers, if they engage together, MBL will lose the fight. So MBL will need to try and find vulnerable areas at Tato's base, and that's going to be tough. Tatoh, he has 3 TCs now.
Does Tatoh see this? The eight scouts that just moved out. Did Tatoh catch that as he ran by with the cav archers?
Did not react to it.
So
But
that'll be the question: is can MBL do anything effective with these scouts when they?
ooh, yeah, he's shown his hand accidentally. The units just saw the archer range and started attacking it. But I don't really know if that's enough to make Tatoh think, okay, he's going to send light cav, because it wasn't. He didn't see the whole group.
Right, he only saw 4. But MBL goes for fletching for his towers back at home. He's not going for light cav yet.
Yeah, and he'll go elite skirm, so maybe elite skirm, knights, and light cav. He's definitely behind. This is basically the opposite of last game in a way. Remember last game Tatoh had... Well, no, it's not the opposite of last game. It's like Tatoh this time has more economy, and he
got into the wood line.
I see that, yeah, the scouts got in. Tatoh has advantages in both areas this game. Someone in the chat says, I wish I wasn't so awful at this game. Dude, 99.9% of people watching this are saying the same thing. Exactly. I wish I was this good too. Don't make this get you. Don't let this get you down, man. These are 2 of the very best. Oh, look at Tatoh on the south with the cav archer's dash. Oh, perfect timing here.
On that town center. Yeah, and this tower's not going to be enough to... He's going to be able to delay this for so long.
Yep, and I like it from Tatoh. He runs away, says, yeah, go ahead. And then he comes right back in.
I'll pick a Vil. I'll run out. I'll pick a Vil. And again, while this is happening, he's now 16 Vils ahead. He's 3 TCs of his own.
Yep.
MBL's on 0 resources across the board, essentially. He's running out of wood, too.
I guess that TC will provide him some wood, but you're right. He doesn't have wood next to the lumber camp and against the edge of the map. That's quite a few villagers to have to relocate. This is where... I'm sorry, continue.
No, I was going to say, I also just love, like, with Tatoh, he had the calves on the south side, and he's got just they're dying now to the elite skirms, but he controlled that space on the north side of MBL's base for the past 5 minutes with just 3 cav archers.
Yeah. You see that a lot from Tatoh, where he doesn't just have 1 or 2. Sometimes he has 3, and in this case, he did have 3. He had an army on the south. He had 1 next to those farms, and he had a new army at home that's now grouped with the other army, and they're going forward. But I think they need to wait for a night or 2, personally.
MBL threw away his last 3 scouts to kill 1 Vil in Tatoh's base.
Yep, I see that. So... Tatoh's transition towards the Imperial Age would... Force nothing. Well, going cav archers as Mongols is fantastic.
20 months.
But it's probably... Ideally, it's Mangadai, so he'll probably go to Stone, and he is doing that now.
Stone mining,
maybe Hussars as well. So that's something that MBL needs to try and stop.
Do you go with the cav response to the elite skirms, or do you go a siege response to the elite skirms? And you think it's light cav? Oh, well, he brought out a Mangadai, so here we go.
I think if MBL was level on eco, you might add light cav, but here you can get away with just a Mangonel defensively.
Yep. MBL did pick 3 calves for nothing, but that mango shot.
His micro is going to have to be really good. So far, it has been good. Not bad for him. Oh God!
Caster curse.
Oh man, we jinxed it, man. We jinxed
it.
Yeah, that's not something MBL wanted to see, I can tell you that much. I bet you Tatoh will make a few fires and demos to send next to the cav archers. If he had a demo right there, he could have killed all the skirms as well. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, he's now killing MBL's dock in the middle, so that'll just remove the possibility of any water or sand control.
Yep.
From MBL, which is very smart. MBL actually expanding. You see that north expansion?
I see it. I see it, yep.
Let's see if it gets scouted by Tatoh. He's running up there with the cav archers.
Tatoh, I don't think he'll stop that TC in the north. He might stop this other one that's been housewelled up, though.
First stop dash guest stars on T93.
MBL knew this was coming, so credit to him for that. But he's down 20 vills, and he doesn't have any offensive pressure. It's only going to get better and better for Tatoh because he's so comfortable at home.
Yep, thumb ring, ballistics coming in for Tatoh. He is going for War Galley upgrade, so he's going to have some water control.
And if he gets War Galley, he basically ensures that MBL can't attack him. He holds his villager lead, and he can likely get to imp. When you're in this position, when you're in Tatoh's position, sometimes the only way you lose is if you're too greedy and you don't make sure you lock down the middle of the map. And so I like the play here. It's a very smart play to do what he's doing.
You see this demo ship running? Okay,
just a random demo. MBL is trying to keep that alive for a highlight.
It's pretty funny. MBL's building a castle just to protect his gold, so it's very defensive.
Yeah, it's defensive. I'm just wondering if he's in a position to add anything else. He can't afford to add knights now, as the cav archers are massed, and they will focus down just a few knights. He would really need to invest into a lot of them. And the skirms, it's just purely a defensive move, so maybe he just holds and tries to boom back into this.
That's got to be the way. I mean, I don't see a way that Tatoh loses this game without making a tremendous number of mistakes himself.
Yeah.
Or some serious micro outplay from MBL somewhere. But with a larger eco, with a larger military force right now of more impactful units, and having more resources in the bank already to go to imp, like he can click imp right now. Okay, there he goes. Yep.
Not gonna be able
Yeah,
to watch
he's
much
clicked up.
today, sorry. Wish you the
Yeah,
best of
MBL
luck.
would need something that could give him a high return for his investment. So a Mangonel, a demo ship, those are the two things. The price of a Mangonel is not that expensive if you kill all these cav archers, and same with demos. But he can't control water, and Mangonel even probably not going to work.
Right. Yep, he's got the 4 TCs up for the boom. So let's see. That's like you said. That's going to be his option, is somehow booming back into this.
Look in Tato's dock.
Oh boy.
I think that's why I got War Galley. He got War Galley so his fire rafts would turn into fire ships, and then so his demo rafts would turn into demo ships. So he's going for it, guys. He's going to try.
I like it. He as well is going for the light cav. There's the light cav that you were talking about in response to the skirms.
Yep. And he has the Mangonels, so even without the light cav, he's fine. And I think he knows that he's running across the sand. He wants to build a forward castle right next to where those skirmishers are. MBL might even call the GG here, honestly. Like,
if that, with the,
yeah.
He did just click to imp, but when he sees this castle go up and the imp hit from Tatoh, there's a possibility that he calls it there.
I think now that he's clicked up to imp and he can go for another defensive castle, maybe he tries to hold this. You know, a composition that could kind of work here if the demos weren't in the equation would be Elite Magyar Hussar and Skirm, but he does not have the res for that at all.
Right.
We'll see. There's the castle for Tatoh, even further forward than he originally planned.
Right. Imp's about to hit.
And Tatoh Hussar immediately. Yeah.
I mean, Hussar's gonna make raiding so easy.
Yeah, and
I don't see how MBL could deal with the raiding on the back end of his base.
Yep, you're right. And also, I should point out that sometimes in this position, you will just hold and hold and hold and try and take the golds in the other areas of the map. Look at Tato's fire ship on 13 HP, his monk and his Hussar. It's just waiting there. He has units waiting to spot anything that might run out. So he knows that there's no way MBL's leaving here unless he goes past him.
Yeah, I don't know if MBL scouted this back gold. No, he didn't scout the 3-tile gold in the very back left.
Okay.
So he doesn't know that that's available to him, and so he's really just playing off of the 2 gold pile. Yeah, the secondary gold and his main gold.
And he also doesn't know the castle's there for Tatoh. He sees the gold miners, but he didn't see the castle until now as the trebuchet deploys.
The treb. Yep.
And this is where it gets tough. He'll have to repair this. He'll have to basically go into a treb war or just allow this castle to drop. And he's building another castle in the north, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, 2 trebs already out for Tatoh. I mean, look at the military supporting those trebs too. At the moment, the only thing that MBL could throw at him is those Magyar Hussars and some elite skirms, but that's not going to win that engagement.
I find it interesting that Tatoh he went for all Hussar upgrades first. He didn't even upgrade his Cav Archers. He knows that the only way that MBL would be able to hold this and push this back is with a lot of skirms. So he's gone with his own Hussars. Yep. And I guess he'll upgrade the CA now.
And there goes the first castle. He's going to be able to push in on this tower and this TC.
160 pop for MBL, 200 for Tatoh. Tatoh with full map control, and the siege is going. Let's see what these Magyar Hussars can do, man. 9+4 attack, 90 HP. They're stronger than Mongol Hussars by a long shot.
Yep. How far you have come. Being a fan since back when you were casting club.
And now elite Magyar Hussar for MBL, and his castles are in a safe position in the north.
But he's lost access to one of his golds.
Yeah, that's big. Well,
Tatoh has so many resources in the bank right now.
Yeah, he needs to push back still, but luckily everything he's making does not cost gold. So at least that's good. It's easy for us to say he's sloppy because he didn't scout the back corner, but I wouldn't think there'd be a gold back there. He should look for that though.
Yeah, that's a tough one when it's literally against the edge of the map.
Yep.
Okay, I like it. He's gonna go move his Hussars out to maybe raid. The demo ship.
The demo ship! Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Holy shit! That demo from Tatoh! I wish I had a microphone on Tatoh at the moment. He'd probably be laughing his ass off.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's cackling right now.
Oh my goodness! And he
Holy
took an engagement
crap.
with the Hussars on the skirms too, and he's taking out yet another MBL town center. What a play!
Wow, those demo ships coming in huge.
Yeah, I mean, that was what MBL needed. He needed to hold at home and counter, and Tatoh saw it, and he said, okay, go right ahead. Great play.
That was pretty epic. Yep, great map awareness. You could see, I mean, MBL, this is his last-ditch effort. He's going to run his units past and try and do enough damage.
We've seen it a few times where a player will do that, what MBL just did, just to basically give themselves some time at home, and that could have worked.
Oh, but look at this push on the top.
Oh, wow. Okay, there we go. Elite Mangadai here as well. So, what is that? Town center down? Could be the monastery, could be the castle soon, if Tatoh sends in more rams.
Yeah, these Hussar are doing some work to clean it up, but...
The good thing about the Magyar Hussars is they do have a bonus for siege, but the position for MBL is very difficult to come back from.
Yeah. I mean, again, we're at that point where I think Tatoh intelligently realized that the only way MBL wins this is to boom and play defensive and kind of like build his way around the map. So he said, all right, I'll show up on the opposite side and I'll push from both sides.
Yep, and now he's repairing this castle, and his position's already pretty bad. Siege rams coming in from the north. I just don't see any way back for MBL. He's going to try for a couple more minutes, but I think after another fight or two, he might call the GG here.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing good. It looks, within the fights themselves, it looks like he's doing all right. But I think you realize, again, the pressure of the siege rams in the top.
He's being stubborn, though, dude.
Very.
Yeah, he'll save his castle. In the north,
he won that fight.
He's still losing. The problem is the lack of resources. Eventually, he just won't have the res to make anything.
Right.
So I think we're at that point as well.
He's running on 0 food at the moment, so he's not gonna be able to pump those Hussars out.
This is where he like punches the wall because he sees the gold.
Yep. Yep.
He runs to the back just to stay safe, and he sees the gold that
he's
so badly
buying
needed.
food right now just to pump Hussars out of his castles.
Yep. And eventually it just won't work. His economy will fail him. And with now the Hussar meat Tatoh didn't have in that last engagement, the Mangadai will rain down arrows over top and kill these Hussars. And I think MBL, he'll go below 100 pop here and he'll call the GG.
Yeah. Man, Magyar Hussars are really, really strong, though.
Yeah, they're stubborn, man. It's a really strong composition to hold with. You would think a unit that's essentially a beefy Hussar wouldn't be defensive. It would be offensive with raiding. But because of the siege bonus, they they tend to hold quite well, but wasn't enough. Great game from Tatoh.
Great game from Tatoh. Yeah, that was a peculiar one though, because we had like the weird interaction in the middle with the. I thought maybe MBL would go harder for water control with the late dock, as you mentioned.
Yeah. You're right, it was peculiar. I don't even think the players knew how much they wanted to invest into that, because
Right.
Tatoh built the dock. He lost his fishing ships. MBL builds his own dock. He loses his fishing ships. And then it just so happened, because of the land engagements, that Tatoh could hold water and
Right.
get that amazing demo shot, which was the highlight. But yeah, I think it came down to just the scout play and the fact that MBL, he maybe didn't macro as well, or he didn't take the better engagements, and then he tried to do something different with the scouts, and he was just behind after that.
Yeah, no, the moment when Tatoh had a resource lead, eco lead, and military lead, you knew it was an uphill battle for MBL. He played, as you mentioned, both stubbornly and valiantly, in terms of trying to get back into it, but it wasn't enough.
All right, so here's the KD, 210 kills for Tatoh. That demo shot, though, that made the game right there.
That was so good.
Oh, Arclet has a link. Apparently, I think Tato's streaming his point of view, so I can actually show the stream that. There's the resource difference. No surprise there. Tato's well ahead in everything. MBO just needed to try and hold. He couldn't do it. And that is it, guys. We'll go on to the next game shortly, and that is going to be Acropolis, which is super cool. I like this map a lot. All right.
I'm gonna take a look at this clip though.
Yeah, same here. I'm gonna show it to the stream. This could be loud, guys. He's probably. This could be loud. Let's see.
Oh, it's good.
All right. Oh, I love him. He's so good.
The lead up is so
good.
Oh,
but that's interesting, because he was really paying attention to that. He didn't just happen to toggle there and get lucky. He was looking at that area.
He was moving the ships already. So
good stuff from Tatoh there. All right.
Really good.
Game 6 coming up. It's Acropolis. Acropolis is a map where both players are on hills. And there's not a lot of wood on those hills, though you do have golden stone, so you need to push out to the other areas of the wood lines that are beneath your base. And normally you wall that off. You can't do that since it's no wall mod.
Right. Yeah, I think it's funny, as like that play in and of itself is very funny, but it's plays like that with demo ships with units that can trade up. Like that's why monks are always so interesting to watch players play with, because the idea that if they're microed and used effectively, they can absolutely swing the tides of a game, as opposed to a 1 unit for 1 unit trade. It's 2 for 1, or in that case, the demo ships trading the 2 demo ships for 8 or 10 hussar. Like that's insane.
And that's maybe something MBL could have used to his advantage, being behind in eco, if he had held water. If he was behind in 20 vills, but he had 3 docks making fires and whatnot, then he could have maybe held on there, but he didn't have any water control. But you're right, those are the types of units, the demo ships, the Mangonels, the monks, that can really change a game. So, gonna just do some shout-outs here, Dash.
Do it.
Mr. Gear, Robertron, Scott, thank you guys for the new subs. Welcome. Dave Wasar, thank you for the 10. Says nice stream. Nice username, I guess. Cool Fool, thank you for the new Prime sub. Manga died with 20 months. Yeah, perfect timing on that, indeed. Kath says, with his 10-month resub, first stop Dash guest stars on T90 stream. Next stop T90 guest stars on NALCS. Oh, man. Yeah, I think we're a long way from that. I've never played the game before, so I think that would be a problem. Legend Valdemort, thank you.